Well, I have to agree with you on many aspects, and unfortunately, when it comes to Mac versus PC, well, the debate's kind of pointless. It really depends on what you want to use and what you need the computer for. If you're just going to be doing text-based writing instead of having a typewriter and you want to use a computer, you can get a good cheap laptop with a hookup printer or a Wi-Fi printer. The same goes for, well, actually for a Mac, you're not going to get anything cheap. That's the whole problem. Macs are good when you look at what they can offer out of the box. Not always. Some of Steve Jobs' ideas were not flops, but they weren't viewed in the grandiose scheme of things as what he had imagined them to be. I've started using computers since the Commodore VIC-20 was out. I still remember doing the old coding language. I can't stand coding. It just, for me, my mind is completely twisted around it. But when you look at everything that's actually available on the market nowadays, it depends on what you want to do. If you need hardcore gaming based computing power, some will go with an Alienware PC, some will go with their own PC that they're building from scratch and Frankenstein the thing to death to the point that it's actually more powerful than anything else that's available in the market. Or they might go with a Mac that offers them what they need with added memory, added peripherals, and whatnot. But it's usually a question of money that decides what the person wants to buy. But if you're like me and you decide, well, it's not a question of money, it's a question of how much am I going to actually be using it and what do I want it for. I took 6 months more to save money to actually buy myself a Mac. The price tag was at least $1,000 more than what I could have gotten for something else, but I'm enjoying it to the ultimate. Others may not, others may. It's not a question of Mac versus PC more than the human race versus what they actually want versus what they need. And that's the thing with computing or using computers. We're dependent on them for many things, all of which doesn't really do anything unless your actual monetary base, your revenue, is entirely dependent on a good computer. Other than that, StarCraft 2, World of Warcraft, Diablo 3, all the games that you can play on Macs and on PCs, those that exist. Some have advantages over the others due to the actual computing power. Some don't because they just don't even go onto other platforms. So, hey, what you decide is entirely up to you, and what you want is entirely up to you. And like the Rolling Stones song says, sometimes you don't always get what you want, but when you try, sometimes you get what you need. Have a nice one.